In Johannesburg, worlds away from insulated sports reporters working in secure media rooms, the producers and photographers, the glamorous footballers, and the stadiums festooned with World Cup decorations, is a piece of real South Africa. Welcome to Soweto, the shantytown suburb that was a symbol of segregation in apartheid-era South Africa, an artificial burg where non-whites were crammed in together. Apartheid, now thankfully an historic relic, was the systematic segregation of races in minority white-ruled South Africa. The name Soweto itself is an abbreviation for Southwest Townships. The reality of Soweto is that unemployment, crime, and poverty are endemic. But with the world's largest sporting event in South Africa for the better part of a month, there is a sense of pride even amongst the country's most disadvantaged.
So it's more of reviving our passion for this sport as we grew up playing soccer. So we try to motivate those young ones who are growing behind us to see that playing soccer, it kills that mentality of doing crime, doing bad things in our community. So it's very important to play soccer. It kills that bad mentality in our young brothers.
Soccer is a stress reliever for these boys and young men, a respite from what can be a harsh existence.
But we try our best to forget about those situations and be happy and play soccer and forget about our stress for a little bit.
Down the road from the impromptu soccer game, Vilakazi Street in Orlando West is awash with visitors. And for good reason. This is the street on which two Nobel Peace Prize winners once called home. This is Archbishop Desmond Tutu's house. There was no sign the cleric and anti-apartheid activist was there. A few hundred yards away, Nelson Mandela definitely wasn't at his old brick house.
And then on the 11th of February, 1990, Mandela was released, and on the 13th of February, he came back to stay in his house.
The first black South African president and freedom activist spent a third of his life in prison. His house is now a museum. For about $8 you can visit. It doesn't take that long. The house is tiny. But the people pack in to see where the father of a modern nation once lived. The tour guides all tell us that this apartheid-era home was meant to house up to 15 people. This really was the center of the anti-apartheid struggle, and now it's the ultimate tourist destination akin to our Mount Vernon or Monticello. The hill I was standing on was the site of unspeakable violence. 34 years ago, a 13-year-old boy named Hector Peterson was killed when South African police opened up fire on a group of students protesting against the fact they had to learn Afrikaans. I could still feel the gravity and sadness here, even though South Africa has so much to celebrate by hosting a World Cup. John Mone, The Associated Press, Johannesburg.